Contingency or underwriting? Let's decipher the terms. Hi, I'm Caroline Gow in the Baird and Warner Glenbrook office, and this is Gintana Albanese. She's a licensed broker with the Caroline Gow team, Client Services Manager, and today we are here to decipher the code of real estate terms. So whether you are a first-time buyer or you haven't bought a home in a few years, we are here to help you out and decipher some of those confusing terms. So the first up is the Buyer Representation Agreement. And that's super important because the Buyer Representation Agreement is our contract of what we're going to do to work on your behalf and work together. So that means it's
an agreement that specifies the duties and the scope of services a buyer's representative agrees to provide to the buyer, as well as specifying the buyer's responsibilities.
So in the Code of Ethics, it says that we're going to do these things on your behalf, representing you to help you make real estate easier. And next up would be contingent. So what's a contingency?
Property status that indicates that a property has an accepted offer. However, successful closing may depend on conditions listed on the contract, such as passing a home inspection or obtaining financing.
So when you are looking at properties online, you'll see the available properties, and then when something goes under contract, it would either show pending or contingency or under contract. And what that means is typically we don't show properties when they're off the market and they're waiting for closing. But if there is a property that you're interested in, let me know, because I can follow up with the listing agent and see the status of their deal, because deals do fall apart, and if there's something that we want to keep on our radar, it would be good to know about that. Okay, earnest money deposit.
A deposit made by the potential home buyer after an offer has been accepted to show that he or she is serious about buying the property.
So this means it's put your money where your mouth is. So when we have an accepted contract, we're putting down some good faith money. It's not a cost to you, but it's a deposit towards your down payment. And it's telling the seller that you're serious and take the home off the market, and we'll proceed with our inspection and on to a successful closing. Attorney and inspection review.
Common contingencies in a contract that allow time for the buyer to hire an inspector and have an attorney review the contract.
So typically when we have an accepted contract, the day that the seller signs, the following business day is day one, and you have 5 business days to complete your inspections and have the attorney review the contract. So during that period of time is when we're getting all of our answers to any home inspection things that we need to learn about and find out about your new home. And dual agent.
A broker who works with both parties in a real estate transaction. For example, buyer and seller, landlord and tenant.
So as a general rule in my business, I do not do dual agency. It's a conflict of interest. It is legal in Illinois, so there are some circumstances where it would be efficient if we have permission in writing from the buyer and the seller. Then we could do a dual agency, but it's a conflict of interest, and it means that you're hiring me to represent your interests, and if I'm working for both sides of the deal, it's not very equitable and fair. So I do not operate on a regular basis with that. And underwriting.
The process for evaluating a loan application to determine the risk involved for the lender.
So by the time we get to an accepted contract, most times the buyer has already submitted their loan documents, their credit report, and all the other things to be approved for the loan. And the final process would be the appraisal for the property, the title insurance from the homeowner, and then proceeding to closing. The final step would be underwriting. So the underwriter gets all the documents from the loan officer and the loan processor, and they review everything. They might have some follow-up questions or ask for duplicate information or whatever they need, we want to make the process easy for them so they can give you good news that your loan has been approved. And closing costs.
Oh, the fees, costs, and taxes associated with the purchasing of a home, the borrowing of money, and the preparation of necessary paperwork to finalize the sale.
So most of these closing costs are given at the time of your closing. There are a few things the lender wants ahead of time, such as the appraisal. Of course, your home inspection, you would pay that at the time of the inspection. But other than that, a general rule of thumb is up to 2% of the loan, and it could be less, it just depends, and it's important to get all that information up front. So if you have any other questions, please let me know, comment below, and I'd love to help you out and get you on your ways. The spring season, here we go.
Here we go.
These are the kinds of invaluable insights I share with my clients when they choose to work with me. Hire me today.